previous lesson, we were doing a little bit of jazz, blues, improvising, and I was showing you how to make the chords and how to how to tie your chords in with runs and with little arpeggios and things. So this time I'm just going to show you a real simple way that you can learn to play a lead, and this will be in the key of C, but you're going to start down on your, you're only going to use 3 strings, by the way, and they're going to be 5, 4, and 3. And the only frets you're going to need are 5th fret and 7th fret. And the only notes you're going to need, you're only going to need 6 notes. 1. That's the only note you're going to use. And you can vary these however you feel once you get onto them. I'm going to do some real simple things with this, but you'll see that it actually fits in with this little riff that I'm putting together, this little jazz thing, and so we'll get into it right now and just give it a listen and see what you think. Here we go. Okay, I think the guy's name was Jingo Reinhardt, great jazz guitar player back in the 30s, probably almost 100 years ago. But he was a great guitar player, great jazz guitar player. And somewhere down the road, somehow, not sure how he did it, but he lost the use of this part of his hand. And so, poor guy only had 2 fingers. But he was, I'm not going to try to imitate what he did, because he did a great job on it. But that's how he played. These 2 fingers. Unfortunately, the poor guy just couldn't move these, but man, he can still play great with 2 fingers, more than a lot of people can play with 4 or 5 fingers, if you have 5 fingers. Most people don't, but even with your 4, he can still outdo you. But anyway, so you could pretend you're doing a little bit of Jingo. I think it's Jingo Reinhardt. I know the Reinhardt's right. I think it's Jingo. Whatever his name is, he was really good, and we will honor him by doing a 2-finger jazz. But the nice thing about it is, you can do this, and you know, you see all these ads on YouTube and all these places, and you can learn to play in 60 minutes, and that's completely false. If you see that, I've never heard of anybody that couldn't already play that could pick it up in 60 minutes. You can't do it. But anyway, well, maybe Django could, but he'd be the only one that I would give that honor to. But anyway. We're gonna do something that you probably can pick this up in 60 minutes if you got a little bit of background, if you can move your fingers a little bit. But again, it's on that 5th and 7th fret. And all I'm doing is just on the 3rd string. Now the fourth. Now the fifth. And you can do this as an exercise. Just listen. Now watch what I do here. Okay. Anyway, that's what you can do. And it'll give you a start, because once you get, then I can show you that with on the next two strings, on the second and the first, you're going to do, instead of doing those two between two frets, you're going to be doing it between the 3 frets. See? And I'm using my little finger. It's very similar to sounding to a pentatonic scale. So let's do that one. And you're going to be using the 5th and the 8th, I guess. Make sure. Yep, I was pretty sure it was, but I want to make double sure that I don't tell you something wrong. Do the riff again. Let's give it a shot. Okay, there you go. And all I'm doing is that I'm doing here. Okay, that's on the, well, on the first 2 strings, 2 and 1, 1 and 2. And again, I'm only using 2 fingers. This one's the same, and this one's a little different, but still, we have 2 fingers. And then here I'll be using these 2 fingers. And like I say, with this little riff, so what I'm going to do is I'm not going to play this next time. I'm going to put the riff through and give you some place that you can practice on this if you want to try it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's your riff. and you can use those. You can use on the 5th and 7th with your 3rd and 1st fingers. And you're just moving back and forth. Then if you want to try the 2nd part, it's on the 2nd and 1st strings, 1st and 2nd, and it's going to be a little bit of a stretch, but you can do it. And it'll really be good for your fingers to stretch out. And I think you'll find once you start on this, then you can even do doubles. There's just so many things you can go for once you get this pattern down. And it'll take you a little bit, maybe take you a little more than 60 seconds, but 60 minutes. But still, it's doable, and I think you'll enjoy doing it, and it'll be a real revolution in your ideas of how to learn to play and how to learn to play independently and do some improvising on your instrument. So I hope you have good luck with this one and keep on picking.